We're just saying no pay increases for any members of Congress until we balance the budget. That might be 10 years, might be 5, but whatever. They're not, if you're not doing a good job, that's the #1 job. If you look at Florida, for example, they don't have to get anything done, but they have to do one thing. They have to create a budget for the year, and they've got to create a balanced budget. So it should make no difference in Washington than what we're doing in Florida. So we're just saying no pay increases for anybody unless they balance the budget. That's been my biggest issue I've been pushing for the last 6 years. I don't want us to spend more we take in. We need a constitutional balanced budget amendment like 49 out of 50 governors have, because they're incapable, frankly. Democrats and Republicans over the years, they've balanced the budget 5 times in 50 years. That being said, the other more positive thing we need to also work on is in terms of creating jobs. We've got to help small businesses, medium-sized businesses, startups, entrepreneurs be more successful, help them build those businesses and create a better environment that helps them become more successful, because at the end of the day they create 70–80% of the jobs in Florida. So I would say debt and deficit are the biggest issues, along with we've got to be able to grow at 4 or 5% a year. That's probably not going to happen this year, but if we start getting the right kind of policies, it can make a difference. And we're going to work on, for example, tax reform. We need comprehensive tax reform that'll help our corporations and businesses be more successful that way as well.
Now, how do you think this whole debt ceiling is going to play out, considering the president yesterday said that he's not willing to negotiate on the debt ceiling with Republicans, and you being a Republican, how do you feel about that?
Well, I'm just tired of kicking the can down the road. I mean, this president's created $5 trillion worth of deficit. Plenty of blame to go around, but we need to deal with it. So every year we kick the can down the road, come up with some excuses. You can't continue to run $1 trillion deficits. We'll never, and I say never, be able to pay that back. So we're passing that on to the next generation. I think it's immoral, frankly. I'm a guy that's been in business 30 years. I've balanced our budgets every year pretty much, and everybody else has to. Families have to, governments have to, and why should it be any different here? And I just think to run these $1 trillion+ deficits every single year, and if we don't deal with it next week or two, then when are we going to deal with it? We've been talking about dealing with it for 4 years. It's out of control, and we just need to deal with it now. Politics is about give and take and good faith and negotiation, but part of it, I'm a guy that supports and wants to do everything we can for free enterprise, and he just doesn't quite get that. My sense of it is, I've asked numerous times the president and his people to get together with 10 people, Republicans and 10 Democrats who've really created jobs, and talk about a jobs agenda and small business agenda going forward. But I've been asking for the last 4 years. We haven't had a meeting yet. But again, at the end of the day, I think we've got to do what we can to help our businesses in Florida be more successful, because they're going to create most of the jobs.